Tonight, we're basically going to tell you when we get into the podcast. Because I don't want to say it twice.
Same. We'll tell you when we get real started.
We're just going to talk about what the podcast is going to be about and stuff like that. And kind of introduce ourselves a little bit. And tell everyone what like the direction of the podcast is to be. And yeah, she said she can hear you fine now.
Oh, good.
Just know that, like I said, I have a message up there. That when we do actually start the recording of the podcast, we're gonna take breaks in between conversations to interact with you guys. But if you have questions like in the middle of conversations, we'll have to get to that later. And new people that come in and follow and stuff like that, we'll just get to it later. So I'm sure there are gonna be people that are salty about that, but they'll just have to deal with it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We're all fine.
And they should understand that we are recording some live ass shit.
Okay, you know how I was saying I was cold?
Yeah.
I'm sweating now.
I know, because you're nervous, because people are actually here, and you're actually a content creator now.
Shut the
right now. Shut the fuck up. Shut the front door.
So hard not to cuss.
You can I don't care if you curse.
I know, but you told me to be nice to you.
I just don't want you. I just don't want to say fuck you back and forth like the entire podcast. I don't want to do that.
Mean.
And I fucking hate you. That doesn't send a good message to the viewers of a podcast about wholeness.
Yeah, we'll
in
get there.
Relationships.
We'll get there.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna do this. I'm cursing. Think of the children. Think of all the kids. I actually did mark the stream as for mature audiences.
Oh, thank God. Because your girl can't hold herself back.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
How long should this last?
All night, baby.
That's what we've been struggling with is how long the actual podcast episode is going to be. And I figure with for masturbation, what?
What the hell are you reading?
Mature for masturbation. God damn it, I forgot what I was going to say now. You're really loud.
I'm sorry, I laughed. I just laugh.
Fuck it, we'll just leave it like that then. What was I saying? What was I actually saying?
That's a good question. Someone remind us. The ratings?
Is that for real?
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was saying, and I really wanted to make the point. And then all of a sudden I see M for masturbation, and I don't.
We lost it. Thanks, Eli.
I don't remember. Sorry, I can't remember. Run it back. Gotta run it back. No, we don't have to run it back, but. Well, it's not on there.
Get it together.
Maybe it's YouTube. Could be YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
Are you still on there?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're talking about the length of the podcast.
Oh, yes, we
All right,
were.
so, yeah, thanks. Yeah. I figured that we'll probably be like streaming with breaks and interacting with chat and setting up and finishing the stream. We'll probably end up streaming for like 2 hours.
Really?
I would bet, yeah. It'll probably be around there. Because, like, I mean, right now, we,
How long have we been on Twitch for?
fucked around and streamed for 18 minutes already.
But yeah, but it's because we were like messing with stuff too, and
I know.
yeah.
But I think ideally we wanted the actual podcast to last 45 minutes ish,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And we would alter that depending on how easy this was for us once we got started. If it actually just comes naturally
We'll see.
and we just crush it, then yeah, I'm talking multi-million-dollar deals, sponsorships. This podcast is sponsored by Dollar Shave Club.
Oh my God, that's goals. I'd be like, yeah, I'll use this razor to shave my legs.
Yeah, because I'm not going to fucking use it. My podcast is called Beards.
Awkward.
All right. So I think we're going to go ahead
And one.
and start the recording. So, DraftKings. Yeah, sponsored by DraftKings. No, I'm thinking bigger than Dollar Shave Club and DraftKings. I'm talking like
SeatGeek.
like Nike. Yeah, SeatGeek.
Oh. SeatGeek's pretty big.
Yeah.
They give David Dobrik free cars.
Do they?
Yeah.
They give him free cars?
They give him, like, he buys his friends'
Dell.
cars. Dell? Hell no.
All right. SeatGeek is small? Yeah.
Shut up, Eli.
You're small. I'm really just procrastinating on hitting the record button.
I
and
know
actually
you are.
starting
Let's
here.
just do it.
Can you do it?
Do the damn thing. Do
All
it
right.
if you're bad. Do you want to do it together?
No, I don't want you anywhere near me. It's like if I would just press it, we could just do this right here, and this would be the podcast. It'd be great.
Just fucking do it. Just hit it, babe.
There, I did it. How do you feel about it?
It's fine. We're all fine.
It's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. We're all fine.
Okay, so
Well, welcome everybody to the first official Beards and Blush podcast.
rock on.
My name is Matt. I am the Beard,
My name is Kendall. I am the blush.
and we will be your hosts for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Your host. I'm co-host.
Am I?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like that.
I'm
though.
sorry.
It was your brainchild.
All right.
I just took it
And ran with it.
because you weren't gonna,
You're right.
and somebody had to pay for all this.
Oh, shit.
So, I guess the first episode here, we're just basically going to be covering what the podcast is going to be about,
Mm-hmm.
and like our goals, and just a little bit of introduction about ourselves, and we'll just see where it goes from there.
Yes.
So basically, we are a couple, and we decided to make a couples podcast. Just, I don't know.
Based on healthy relationships.
Right.
That was the main focus of the podcast. Really taking time to actually sit down and talk to each other. We both work full-time jobs. I work weird hours all the time, so going on about is your mic or is your headset okay?
Yeah, my headset is not working well.
Is it throwing you off?
Yeah, because like it just goes dead in one ear. I don't know what to do about it. I'm loose.
Anyway.
So we basically just want to kind of lead by example in a way, and just like we feel like we have an ideal relationship, not to brag or anything, but I'm pretty fucking awesome.
We're so adorable.
And just given how we've seen our friends and family around us have failing and ailing relationships. I don't know. We just want to kind of promote communication in a way, promote time together,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully lead by example and give people something to look up to and help them.
And it's just promoting like the good conversations that you
Right.
should be having with your, I don't like saying this, significant other.
I like saying it.
Do you?
Nobody says it.
Nobody
I like
says
saying
it.
Yeah.
It's just weird, I guess.
My SO.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, just promoting those healthy relationships. You know, you just hear so many people, instead of talking to this significant other, they like bicker at each other at times, and then sometimes it just gets toxic. So really promoting that.
Or they don't even sit in the same room as the other.
Yeah.
Play video games in one room, watch podcasts in another room.
That
Or
happens
vlogging.
sometimes. That happens sometimes.
Yeah. And I knew that was going to happen. Like, as soon as I moved my computer out here in the living
Mhm.
room, because you were the only thing that was keeping me from playing video games,
For a
for a
long,
long time.
time. Yeah.
having my my desk in the bedroom like that.
So a little backstory, you guys. Matt really likes playing video games.
I do.
And when I first moved in with him in January, his setup, and when I mean setup, you guys, like, I just think of like a desk and a computer. Like, he needs to take a picture of this and like
It's so much more.
it's so much more than just like a computer, a keyboard, and a Dell monitor. Like, it's a lot. And
now it's even more.
now it's even more with
Now I
all
have
of this going on as well.
A second mic, a second headset,
Yeah.
interface, a headset amp,
Yeah. So it's definitely a hobby.
$1 billion setup.
It's not $1 billion.
It should be.
Yeah.
Where are we going with that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I just really think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, I've just seen a lot of just like pure avoidance
Mm-hmm.
in relationships. People going out of their way to, and I get that you need personal space.
Oh.
And we allow each other personal space and all of that, but like to just not interact with your significant other at all
Yeah.
is unacceptable
It-
and toxic.
Mm-hmm. But we don't like overwhelm each other either.
Yeah, sometimes you overwhelm me.
Sometimes I just want attention.
Sometimes you just don't want me at all, and that's fine too.
That's fine. I always let you know when I'm crabby.
Yeah, and that's
And I apologize every time, you guys. Like, I know when I overreact. And I feel bad every time.
yeah. She always apologizes the next day. The next day, she's like, "So I was kind of a bitch yesterday."
Yeah. Well, I mean, you notice when you act out of character. And
Mhm.
I mean, not character, but out of yourself. And I just, sometimes don't act like myself. I get a little tired. I mean, a little coffee, a little nap. Naps.
Coffee, little nap.
Little nap.
And communication should honestly like come easy. If you guys don't communicate at all, then what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
What's the point of being together?
Yeah, I tell you everything.
And I don't know. I actually just had a point until you cut me off right there, and
Okay. Was my laugh really loud again?
yeah, I don't know. I wasn't
Okay.
watching. You can tell if the little ring around your volume knob turns red. That means you're being too loud.
I don't see that. Where is that at?
I know it's on my side
Oh, okay.
because you don't need to worry about that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I guess I can go back to my story too,
Which was
where we were talking about your setup.
yeah.
So his setup actually used to be in the bedroom. The problem with that was he would stay up really late.
Yeah, I was still on second shift.
Yeah, so
at that
he
point.
worked from, what was your shift?
3 to 11 p.m.
So he worked from 3 to 11, and there was times where I would work from, 8 to 4:30 or whatever, and I needed to go to bed. And this kid was playing video games because when he got off work at 11, he wouldn't get home until almost midnight, depending if you were getting food or not. Most of the time, you got food. So he was up really late. He couldn't wind down, so he would just play video games until he got tired. And
which was typically 4 or 5 in the morning.
yeah, which is crazy to me. And I would have to get up at 6.
Yeah.
To leave by 7.
Sometimes I would like her alarm going off in the morning would be like my signal that I've been up too long and I should go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you would get in bed.
So I don't know what that is, but it says disk space remaining for recording. That's 39 hours.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah, we're good to go.
Yeah, we're good.
Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
So annoying. Anyway, so he eventually moved all of his stuff out into the living room.
Yeah. So now I just sit out here all day, all night, and leave her in the bedroom.
But it's different now because he's on a different shift. Yeah. So most of the time, you're even in bed before me, depending on if I have to close or not.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same. When you close, it's the same as it was before, but it just doesn't happen as often. Like, for me, it was 5 days a week. For you, it's just every once in a while.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Okay.
I paused it because I don't really know where to go from there.
To be honest with you, I have to pee again.
Again?
I'm eating hair. I'll be RB.
Okay. I'll sit here. So now is the time. If you have questions again. That was only like fucking 5 minutes. It's okay. So that's what we're about. And I think I'm going to add like some smaller streams in between the podcast, like during the week, probably on Wednesdays because I'm off on Wednesdays. Where, you know, if we do happen to get a following of any sort, then I'll have like a community session, like where we're not actually recording a podcast. We'll just sit here and do this for an hour or two, and just like a Q&A session for people who are new and don't actually know us, because right now I believe everybody here knows us personally.
Yeah.
So for anybody new that wants to come in and say anything. When did I realize I was in love with Kendall? Probably like a month or two before I actually said it.
I know. I knew.
Yeah.
Like we both knew that we loved each other. We were just too chicken shit to say it first.
I don't even remember when I actually said it.
Oh, I remember.
Well, I mean, I remember the instance. I just don't remember when it was.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember when it was either.
I don't remember.
It had to have been before I moved in. You think it was later?
You were here already.
Was I here
yeah,
already?
Yeah, because it happened in the bed.
It did happen.
We were just hanging out.
We were just hanging out. We were literally having like a movie day or something.
Yeah, we were just laying there talking. And what did you say?
I had said something, and I don't remember what it was.
She said, "Why don't you like me?" And I just go, "Because I love you."
And I got so awkward so quick. Did I answer the first time? Did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a time you had said like "love you" before that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean it.
Oh crap! No, it was so awkward when it came to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you didn't even.
Because it was like screaming on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my god.
So here's the only problem with pressing the pause button on recording for the audio is I don't remember what the last thing that we said was.
The last thing that we had talked about Wasn't it your setup? And then we went off about our schedules.
Right. What I mean is I don't know what the actual last sentence that we said was, and then you press pause. So it's like if I press start and we just start a brand new conversation, it's like an awkward segue.
I need a notebook.
It's okay.
Okay.
What were we? Oh yeah, I was gonna say that it's actually what you said was you're awkward about that stuff.
Yeah.
And it actually took me like 2 or 3 tries to actually get you to agree to date me.
Yeah.
And even more to get her to change her Facebook status to in a relationship.
Okay.
We have not watched The Notebook together, no. She... I don't know.
Movie.
Wow. Buzzkill.
Not a buzzkill. You're fine. You can.
Don't do it. I watched The Notebook alone for the first time.
I think I watched it with my sisters.
Mm.
And I bawled like a baby.
I'm sure you did.
It was terrible.
I remember I started the do it. Hello, Rifa. I started the movie at like 3 o'clock in the morning because I didn't realize it was like 2.5 hours long.
Oh my God.
And then I remember it was one of those like uplifting movies to where you finish it and you feel like you want to change your life. And like I got up and I ate a bowl of cereal and my parents woke up for work and I was like, I need to go take a walk and like reevaluate my relationships.
Okay, well the thing was like the movie was always on like ABC Family or something. So I recorded it and I would only watch the scene where Allie and Noah like had fallen in love and they were going on all the dates and stuff, and then I would stop it because I didn't want to see.
You didn't want to see the rest.
I didn't want to see them break up. I didn't want to see them like just go downhill from there because it's so sad. And then I would probably let it play, and then I would walk away when, she got in another relationship and everything like that. And then when she came back home because he bought the house, that's when I would start watching again because that's like a good scene. And then
one of my favorite memes is from that movie.
Oh God.
So the meme is when you ask her, or when she says she's hungry, and he's just standing there going,
God.
"What do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?"
That isn't us.
That's my favorite fucking video of all time. When she says she's hungry. All right, so I'm gonna go over these little cliff notes.
Talking about
any scenes come to mind in any movie that made you cry?
every movie ever.
Yeah, she cried at the end of Infinity Wars.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh,
You know
cried
what?
when Spider-Man said, "Tony,
Stop.
I don't
I
feel so
cried.
good."
I literally bawled at the beginning of Up. You ever seen Up?
No.
Oh man.
I've never seen Up. I've seen pieces of it.
It'll ruin you. Just the beginning.
Yeah.
Broke my
It'll
heart.
ruin you. Ruined.
Spider-Man. Don't bring it up. We won't talk about it again. Matt, have to bring up sore subjects.
Oh, you know what I forgot?
What?
Oh wait, the chat's actually right there. So here's the thing. So like I don't know how to put the restream chat into the video. Because right now the only chat showing up in the video is Twitch chat. Luckily right now everybody that's here is on Twitch. But if someone on YouTube were to say something, it would show up here but not on the video.
Okay. Oh.
So if we were responding to somebody on YouTube, then the Twitch chatters wouldn't know what the fuck we were talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to figure that out for the next my
Round
dog
2.
Skip. Never seen my dog Skip. Yeah, episode 2. What? Did I say something?
Dude. You've never seen. Literally, I'm pretty sure the reason why, like, I'm obsessed with dogs is because of my dog Skip.
I think I've
Like-
heard you talking about it before.
Oh my god. I can't. I'm gonna cry right now. I can't. Dude, I can't.
Well, that's all the time we have today. We're gonna go watch my dog Skip.
Oh gosh. You need to watch it.
I can't even read my own Cliff Notes. Stop it. I am the host. Sit there and be a co-host. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Can you talk?
Yeah. I can. So, something else that I just wanted to bring up was like, this podcast is like promoting healthy relationships, but we're not just going to sit here and just talk about our relationship the whole time.
No.
And we're not just going to talk about relationships in general. You know, it's basically just going to be a variety conversation podcast. We'll talk about anything relevant or irrelevant.
Yeah.
And or whatever. There'll be storytelling. You like your ghost stories. I don't like your ghost stories.
Okay, so Matt doesn't believe in ghosts, which is a huge problem for me.
I think you're going to
because-
need to speak up.
Matt doesn't believe in ghosts
There you go.
because it's just a huge problem for me because it's a big subject in my life. So he's a skeptic.
Yeah. Were you raised by ghosts?
No.
Were you risen by a ghost?
No. No. But I want to prove you wrong.
Okay.
He's a skeptic.
Yeah.
And it really bothers me.
Well,
Really bothers me. So we're just going to prove you wrong someday.
there's a lot of things that I just don't believe in.
I know.
I just don't.
And
don't care.
that's where we're like complete opposites
I don't
because like,
care.
oh God, you can tell me like, I'm so gullible.
Mm-hmm.
I am so gullible. I thought it was the cat or something.
No, the cat is locked up.
I was like kidding. No,
No, I do not believe in aliens. I mean, no, that's not true.
I was gonna say
I
we've talked
do-
about that.
I do believe that there is something
Mm-hmm.
out there somewhere, probably not even close to us, probably never find it ever. I do believe that there is something out there because what are the odds that this is the only planet in the universe that has life? That's all I have to say about that. But
I don't know if I believe that like the aliens like come to Earth. Like, remember I was telling you about like the black-eyed kids?
Yeah.
So, black-eyed kids are like people kind of say that they're oh crap.
oh boy,
Shapeshifters.
ship shifters, ship shapers.
They're shapeshifters.
They're pirates
They're pirates
on ships.
on ships.
Yeah.
No, and they're aliens that pretty much make themselves look like humans, but when you look at them, they have these just their whole entire eyes are black, and they're supposed to be like real scary, and like people die when they go near them or when they interact with them, and they talk really weird, but like they'll like knock on your door and be like, can I use your telegraph, when they really mean like telephone, because
Well, here's the deal. If you can find me a shape-shifting alien, and prove to me that it's a shape-shifting alien.
I don't want to go near it because I'll get
believe-
cancer.
Oh my god. Point it out from afar. I'll go see what's up.
I'm gonna like make someone like put black contacts in. Like, oh, it's a black.
I mean,
kid.
I've seen that done. I've seen the white of your eyes get blacked out. People have done that.
Wait, that's like a real life thing?
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it like in person, but
He
You-
says
you
you've been
watch-
watching too
yeah,
many
yeah,
movies.
you've been watching.
No, I listen to too many podcasts.
No, she listens to bullshit ghost storytelling podcasts
It's
all
not
the time.
Bullshit.
I don't-
It's not
Do you even
bullshit.
have any ghost story podcasts left to listen to, or have
Yeah.
you binged them all?
No, there's like other podcasts that have like different stories. Like,
Uh-huh.
but the podcast I listen to, I've listened to them all.
Yeah. Anyways, wow, what a rabbit hole that was.
Sir.
Your dog's whining.
Yeah.
So, yeah, also we have a dog and a cat,
Yeah.
Clyde and Tula. They will be featured at some point or another.
But the real star of the show,
Yeah, the hamster.
he's a hedgehog.
No, yeah,
And his name is Prick.
Sonic.
No. It's not Sonic. His name is Prick. And y'all are going to fall in love with him because he's cute AF.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
So, Eli says he's had an extraterrestrial encounter before.
Nuh-uh.
He's probably talking about, what was her name? I actually really
Is this real life?
forget her name. We're gonna wait for him to say her now. He said, "LOL." Okay. I really
Eli,
don't
what's her
remember
name?
Yeah.
I need answers. Type
Jasmine.
faster.
Yeah, there it is.
Jasmine?
Yeah. His ex-girlfriend Jasmine.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyways,
shh. We don't talk about
we're here to
exes.
promote relationships.
Yeah,
positive,
you can't like.
current relationships, not exes.
Yeah.
We're not
Jesus
here to
Christ.
bash
Yeah,
on
Matt.
exes. All right.
You did it.
I'm trying to shame myself.
Good.
All
You
right.
should feel ashamed.
Yeah.
Put your chin down a little lower. Look like Tula.
Not the ex, bro. So, one thing that we wanted to feature in the podcast. Actually, I'm going to record for this.
Oh.
So, one thing that we wanted to feature in the podcast was something that. Can you stop messing with that? It makes noise when you touch it.
You were talking away from it.
I don't care. I'm still in front of it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We wanted to feature something that Kendall introduced me to when we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
And that was every day I would come home and she would be like, what was the high point of your day? And what was the low point of your day? And I think we should actually start with low point so we can finish on a high note.
Yeah, agreed.
But I think we should do low point, high point at this juncture. So what was the lowest point of your day?
My day or my weekend?
Yeah, I guess since that's another thing. We plan on releasing content at the beginning. I know, I hear him.
Talking to the mic.
We plan on releasing content at the beginning of the week and at the end of the week so that we can kind of look forward to the week. And then, we kind of wanted to go Monday, Friday, so we could. That cat is tearing up that door.
Go get him.
He can wait a minute. So on Mondays we could go over the weekend and talk about the week to come, and on Fridays we could talk about the week that had been and look forward to the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess for low point, high point, we're gonna do like. Was the lowest point of your weekend, was the highest point of your weekend, and then do the same thing for the week. So, I guess now you can say, what was the low... Oh, Yeah, I'll edit that out later.
Please don't.
What was the lowest point of your weekend?
Okay, well, I had a long weekend.
Yeah. This
Well,
is an easy one.
This is an easy one. I'd say this is both of ours. Our dog had broke her femur.
Yeah.
And she had to get surgery this weekend.
Snapped her leg in two.
Yeah, it was rough. So that was definitely the low point of my weekend. I cried so many times,
She
you guys.
cried a lot. She cried with me. She cried alone. She cried in her sleep. She cried awake.
Oh God, it was rough. So just dealing with my poor little baby.
Yeah.
It was rough. Okay, I literally was thinking that as soon as I said rough.
It was rough.
And I was like, oh crap.
Yeah. All right, so the high point of your weekend.
Wait, I want you to say the low point.
Oh, you want to do low point,
Low
high
point,
high
yeah.
point? Okay. The lowest point of my weekend. Can I steal?
Of course.
Should I steal?
Of course.
I don't know. That's not really fair.
Because you have a different perspective than me.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't cry. I did cry. Once. I cried one time. And one time only. I shed one tear for the dog that does not give a shit about me.
You want to give him another backstory behind that?
Later.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it would have to be the dog. The dog was a very, very big part of the last 4 days of our lives. I would say, to be specific, the lowest point was when the doctor said that she needed surgery. The relief came when I thought it was going to be hip surgery, and it actually just ended up being a broken bone. So I was thankful for that, because that could have been very, very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But the high point, I got an extra $1,400 from that loan. I took out a decent sized personal loan to pay for the surgeries, and it actually ended up being on the very cheap end of the estimates that we were given, so that was good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take that as the high point, because obviously the fucking Buccaneers losing by 35 points didn't help me.
Matt is also a Buccaneers fan, you guys.
35. Yeah, I think it was 35.
Yeah, and they played Chicago this weekend on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch the game. I brought it up to him earlier. He wasn't happy about it, and I didn't talk about it yesterday because I knew better.
Well, they are the whole reason why we didn't do this podcast last night. I waited till tonight because I came home from work. I was actually listening to the game on the radio at work.
Oh, were you?
And because we're not. That's another thing is, I work in a prison.
Okay.
I'm a correctional officer, and we're not really allowed to have phones. We're not really supposed to be watching TV, but we do it anyways. I didn't say that officially on air. We don't watch TV.
Edit that out later.
Yeah. No, so, and I'm actually not supposed to be listening to the radio either, but
really?
The inmates were listening to the radio, and I overheard the entirety of the game. And it wasn't good. So I came home just kind of in a bad mood, and being in a prison for 8 hours doesn't put you in the greatest of moods to begin with. So, coming home to watching a good football game that we win is kind of a pick-me-up, and that just wasn't going to happen. So, and I was tired. I was tired because we got woken up early. I went to bed late, and I got woke up by my mother, who, speaking of ailing relationships.
Oh, Matt.
I told her I was going to do it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, my mom also just moved in with us the day of Tula's leg surgery. The day we brought her home. So it was the day after her surgery. The day after our dog's surgery, my mom moved in, and she plans on staying here for, I don't know, a month or so. until they get home arrangements figured out.
So
Where was I going with that?
you woke up early because
Oh yeah, she woke me up.
because she decided to go out on Saturday night.
Yeah, well, I wasn't gonna throw that out there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh,
She's not gonna watch this anyways.
What if she's watching?
She's not. I actually don't know where she just went.
I know.
Anyways, good for her. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so some of you guys know. Some of you guys know what's going on there. Some of the people that know us. But yeah. So you didn't give us the high point. Hold on a minute.
No.
I'm gonna pause that
Okay.
to welcome Cruiser Queen. Thank you for the follow on Twitch.
Nice.
Very much appreciated. All right, go ahead with the high point of your weekend.
So the high point of my weekend, I just realized, well, was probably just spending the entire weekend taking care of my dog.
Yeah.
Because I normally always work weekends. But I had the whole weekend off, so I was able to cuddle my puppy, and I got to see my family a lot, which was really nice. Don't normally get to see them that often, so it was a pretty good weekend. I didn't cry as much as I did during or before the surgery, but just taking care of her was nice.
Yeah, I mean, having her home
Oh God.
boosted your morale
Oh my God.
tenfold.
So when I'm going back to the low point, I'm sorry, you guys. When her surgery was on Thursday, we took her to the vet on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We took her to the vet on Wednesday, and that's when they told us that she had a broken bone. And then on Thursday, she went in for the surgery at 8:30 in the morning. They told me to give a call around 4. Well, when I dropped her off, I said, okay, like, is there a time I should pick her up today? And they said, she's not going home today. She's going to be staying overnight, dude. And I, like, held it together until the second I walked out the door of the vet, and I bawled my eyes out. I was so sad. I, like, Snapchatted my sisters, and I was like, I'm not going to have my dog tonight. Like, tears are rolling down my face. So it was pretty rough for me not having my dog home with me.
Yeah.
But having her home with me was definitely the high point later on.
But
What was...
I'm glad that you were home. I'm glad you decided to stay home. So she had a trip planned to go
to Wisconsin.
Was it Wisconsin?
Mm-hmm.
To see some of her recently married friends. And they were the wedding that we went to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't keep them all straight.
I know.
You have so many more friends than I have. She had a weekend trip planned that she actually canceled so that she could be home with the dog. So you were actually off 4 days in a row.
I know. Thank God for my coworkers. They covered my shift on Thursday, so I could take her to surgery and everything and cry a lot. And then I had requested off Friday through Sunday to go to Wisconsin, and I ended up just canceling that too.
Yeah.
What was the high point of your weekend, babe?
I told you.
Was that it?
Getting all that free money.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. The highest point of my weekend. I don't know. That would have to be it. I mean, I just feel financially relieved. So like, I got the loan to pay to help the dog, and at the same time, I got my car refinanced, and the difference in my car payment is going to cover a majority of the loan payment per month. So I pretty much made a wash there. So I'm not losing any money, and we gained, Tula's leg back.
Should have just chopped it off.
Yeah.
That was something that...
a home amputation would have worked.
So that was something about a year ago, over a year ago now. It was like a year and a half ago. I have a Chihuahua that now is at my parents' house, and she had broken all of her carpals in her, which is pretty much all of her little doggy fingers. She had broken every single one, and fingers are just so small. She's just a little chicken nugget. And when I went in and got an x-ray for her to, figure out what had happened to her paw, they had told me that she'd broken all of them. And they said it was going to be the like $8,000 to pay for that surgery. And I was just so flustered and so sad and so worked up about the whole thing. The only thing that made sense in my head was to chop off her paw. Like, I was like, it's the only thing that we could do. Like, well, we have to amputate her paw. Like, it's messed up. It's completely crushed. And now it's like a big joke in my family because she ended up like taking off her own cast, and now she walks perfectly fine with like her little carpals all messed up. And so when I had posted Tula on Facebook, my dad had made a comment on there like, you should have just chopped off the whole leg. And nobody really got it.
Nobody. Everybody's like, wow, what an insensitive asshole.
Why would you say that? I just like was laughing so hard because it's just an inside joke that now all of you are a part of.
Yeah, all three of you. No, it's a good actually. It feels good for the first stream to have people in here to bounce words off of.
Yeah.
See, I am actually amateurly versed in content creation, having streamed video games on Twitch intermittently. So like I had a big problem with streaming by myself and having very little chat interaction, and it was super difficult for me to just produce quality content because I had nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Yeah.
And that's that's really hard. And like content creation in itself is hard. Like you fall into a rut in your own creation to where like just watching somebody else's work who actually has a significant fan base is so much easier than creating your own. So like I would get to the point where I would get on my computer to just play games or whatever, and I could be like, I could totally stream this right now. And I'm like, but I would just have more fun watching somebody else's stream on my second monitor and playing rather than struggling, because it is a struggle. It's a struggle when you don't have a fan base and you're trying to build up from the ground, from nothing to something. It starts to become real work, and that's why I've been so on and off with my streaming career.
Yeah.
Because you just like you have success, you taste success, and then those people disappear for a week or 2 weeks, and nobody comes in, and you're like, why do I exist?
You just
platform.
you just get a little discouraged sometimes.
Yeah.
But and it was something that he even admitted. Like he had said from like the beginning that like I have to do this consistently, and like I was behind him like 110%. Like whenever you got to do it, it's fine. And then it would get tough when like we would have time off together, and like he was supposed to stream, but it was easier to spend the time together.
Yeah, it was so much easier to go out to dinner with her, or go to the arcade, or go bowling, or watch movies, binge watch Game of Thrones, whatever. It's so much easier to do that than it is to get on here and grind out a 4 or 5 hour stream after I just worked 8 hours at my full-time job. It's because when you get into content creation like that, it feels like a full-time job. And I'm glad that you came up with this idea for this podcast, because like it gives me something to do. Not that we need something to do, but you know what I mean. Like, it gives me an outlet to do what I wanted to do to begin with, and still have somebody here to use for views.
What did you say earlier? So.
Oh, I was gonna make you my thumbnail.
Yeah. So we went out to eat before we started this, and we had like talked about doing it tonight and everything, and we were sitting there, and I'm shoving fried chicken in my face and biscuits. We went to KFC, you guys, and he goes, "You have to put on a face," and I was like, "I had a face on today. I sweated all off at work," and I was just like, "I have to put makeup on."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
You gotta look the part. Are you wearing blush?
I am wearing blush.
There you go. You had a kid.
He actually notices now when I wear blush.
No, we did not say ew to Game of Thrones. I don't think. And we could be a smidge louder.
Oh, okay.
I guess we could be a smidge louder. It's probably I keep turning my head away from the mic.
Yeah, you do. Am I fine?
Turn your volume up. We're fine. Everybody else is fine.
Who's that?
That is Mr. Bryce, who said the owl. Hello. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I just said that on the actual podcast recording. That's fine. For those that are listening to this at a later date, if we do decide to put this out somewhere other than Twitch and YouTube, we do live stream the podcast. You get the raw, uncut. Find us raw and uncut, uncensored, on Twitch and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he said ew to Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Thrones.
So yeah, we stream this live, and that's you'll hear that stuff. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, you're on your phone. That's why you can't fucking hear us. 'Cause you're on your phone. That's your own fault. I literally have the volumes on the audio interface turned up to the point where we start to bleed over.
Is it harder to hear him or me?
It's probably harder to hear me because I
Yeah.
turn my head away so that I can look at the TV screens, but I still keep my mouth is right in front of the microphone.
That sounds really good when you got that close.
Doesn't?
Yeah, it sounds really good.
It sounds really good?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm just going to breathe on this thing
Yeah.
from now on.
Like if we do you see my nose? Like I'm probably getting makeup on this.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yours is going to be all nasty. We're
Oh
gonna know
my
whose
god.
mic
Are
is
we
whose.
gonna know who's mine? Do you ever like see like singers when they like grab it and they're literally like licking their mic? Like could you
Yeah.
imagine like how dirty that is? It's like there's
Yeah.
probably just so much bacteria in there.
Probably.
Ugh, it's so gross to me. Sorry. Sidetracked.
Like those, like, who's the guy, what fucking band is that? You know, the guys that sing like that? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who, I don't remember who it was, like, I don't know, like
I don't
Godsmack,
know.
Pearl Jam, shit like that.
Pearl Jam?
Might be.
Yeah, that where could my baby be?
No.
Oh. That's Pearl Jam, right?
You remember the scene from Ted where he's doing the karaoke?
Oh my god, yes.
That kind of voice.
Yeah.
And the people like put their mouths right on the mic and you know, that kind of shit.
That's
Anyways, that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking of. You put your lips right on the
I
microphone.
know I did. Anyway, so we're still obviously playing like with what was the language that you used earlier? You guys, I do not get technology.
I just have to make sure that when I mess with all of the audio stuff that we're streaming in mono, not stereo, or else she'll come through in the right earpiece and I'll come through in the left earpiece.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
That was really weird.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there are going to be awkward pauses until we really get used to this shit.
We talk to each other all the time. We thought this was
Yeah.
going to be a lot easier.
It is easy.
It's
this
very
has been
easy.
very easy so far. It's just like I said, like we do things. Wow.
What?
We like the bulk of our really intense conversations come on like long car trips.
Yeah.
So like we'll be listening to a podcast in the car and we'll You know, they'll be talking about something interesting that I have something that I want to say about because I want people to hear me talk. So we'll pause the podcast and we'll just talk about it amongst ourselves and then we'll restart it. But, you know, we have, 10 or 15 minutes worth of conversation between us and then we go silent again and wait for something else to talk about.
And then wait, this is what he does. So as soon as we finish a good conversation, he'd be like, wow, we should have saved that for the podcast.
Wow.
And
That would have
I'm
been a good podcast conversation.
I'm like, we can do it again.
Yeah.
Because, like, chances are, like, the second time around, like, I'm gonna say something different because I forget everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
I don't know. I hope that, I don't know. I hope that this stuff sounds okay.
I think it sounds fine.
That's the only thing is I hate it when I was streaming and they're having their own little
Yeah. Can you guys know?
their own little rap battle over there. But like I hate streaming for like 4 hours and going back. And even though I did a test run of the stream and like we tested the audio and conversation and all of that shit. But I hate going through an entire stream and then going back and watching the actual video on Twitch and it's like awful for whatever reason. Something's fucked up on it. And I'm like, oh my God. And the worst part is when my friends come into my stream and don't tell me. Yeah, Eli. This kid didn't know. Like, so when I ran the test stream for, like, when I was hooking up all of the audio equipment for the podcast, I forgot to change my default audio output to, or like my microphone settings for the layman. I forgot to change it from my webcam to my microphone.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I don't know, man. It sounds kind of echoey. Like, dude, you know what a webcam microphone sounds like.
Eli.
Don't fucking bullshit me. No, what I'm really worried about is the bleed because our microphones are so close together.
Yeah, so if you, honestly, guys, like, this is the time we would really, really appreciate it. Like, other than at times it's sounding, obviously you guys are telling us, like, when it sounds quiet, but if anything else is off, like, we really want to, like, master this. By we, I mean Matt, because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything.
I have no idea. It's a different language to me, but really, really appreciate it if you would just help a brother out.
What happens when microphones are too close together is that you'll get almost like a white noise in the background when you hear not necessarily echo, because you can hear my voice through her microphone too, but it's a lot softer. But it's just like interference between the actual equipment itself will cause like a staticky white noise. And hopefully they're far enough away right now to where it's not that big of a deal. Plus, no, you're off the camera.
I know. Just gonna mind my own business over here.
Hopefully there's no issue. Can you get back on camera? All right, that's good.
Is that too close now?
Anyways, what else did I have to talk about here? I don't remember. I had 18,000 different conversational topics in my head just today at work alone. And now we're on here, and I hear nothing, and volumes are good for me. That's good. That's really good. That's nice. But you guys are on your phone, so your opinions mean nothing to me. Rifa, though, you sound like, I think, you sound like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm listening to you right now on your computer. I think you're probably on your computer, so I like that. That's good feedback.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens on YouTube. Actually, we've had 0 viewers on YouTube, 0 thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the sub, all of that shit. Hit that like, that bell, that sub.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys.
It's like every YouTuber ever. I think I'm actually watching.
Sounds horrible on phone. I don't think it does. I think you're full of shit. At this point, I've just stopped pressing the stop recording or the pause recording button for the actual podcast audio when we interact with chat, and I think that's just going to be a thing. So I'm going to tell you.
Yes, sir.
Jay Newton, what's going on? How you doing? So when we have somebody in chat that says something, so that the people that can't actually see the chat understand what's going on,
Okay.
just say,
Jay Newton says hi.
well, not that, but just repeat what they say. So like when he says it sounds awful on the phone, just be like, it sounds like read it out loud and then respond to it.
Okay.
So that people understand you're not just saying,
Like, can I have like a
Newton says, yo daddies.
So like, have you ever seen House Bunny?
No.
Oh my god.
I might have.
It's got Anna Faris in it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
We just
No,
she has her own podcast too. I literally only listened to the first 5 minutes and I stopped. But in the movie, for her to remember people's names, she like goes into like a different voice where she's like, Matthew. That's how she remembers. So like anytime someone says anything, like she would just do like a different voice. No, not about it.
No.
Oh god, you're so boring. Tell him he's boring, you guys. Spice it up.
Tell me I'm boring, guys, and I'll repeat your names back in chat. What else? You got anything to add?
Everything.
Add it.
Everything.
He's boring.
Thanks, Eli.
Says VVIZIX. That's a VV, not a W, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did
but
notice that.
he's not an OG, and he can't get his own gamer tag, so.
Huh.
You have no idea what I just said.
No,
Okay.
it's
That's fine. Everything's fine.
we're all fine.
The podcast is fine.
We're fine. Do you wanna?
I think I've pretty much gotten everything as far as like.
Wait, this is so much fun. I don't want to stop.
No, we're not going to stop.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
I'm just saying, as far as like the actual podcast goes, and like introducing ourselves and what the podcast is going to be about, I think we've pretty much knocked that out.
Okay.
So everything, is this podcast specific on topics or no? Not really. No. Not about like everyday conversation. Like as far as every podcast is going to be different. We're not just here to talk about relationships. We're just here to promote healthy relationships. I know you missed that earlier, and I'm saying it again. It is what it is. Go back and watch the beginning of the podcast.
Get it together.
Go to YouTube and watch it there, and hit the like button and the bell and the sub. I'm going to say that a lot.
A lot.
So should I call you Viz now instead of Wiz? Yes. Not me, but okay. I'm just going to stop recording on Audacity right now.
Yeah.
Because we're done with it. That's all the time we have today, folks.
That's all the
Goodbye.
time. Goodbye. What were we saying?
I don't remember. We also need to work on our plugs,
Dude,
our personal plugs, and
you
the
guys, like,
podcast plugs at the end.
straight up tell us like when we're messing up and we're like being annoying or just something about us is bothering you, but only the OGs.
Yeah, leave us a shot in the comment section below.
I just kind of want to go off of like what do you normally like listen to? What are your interests?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, because I know you don't listen to a lot of podcasts, but like when you do, like what are you interested in? Like what are the
Wizix just texted me and said, you better give me fucking moderator of the chat.
Oh.
So he can like ban people. I think he wants to ban Rifa for talking shit. Anyways, what do I listen to?
Like what kind of topics are you interested in?
Yeah, I fucking sold you out, bro. I mean, I'm not here to talk up other people's podcasts.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about like topics in general.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like the only podcast I even really, which one of your moms is hotter? Mine.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Your mom is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
So am I. Yeah, Eli's mom wins, hands down.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Eli is like pure blonde, but his mom is like straight redhead.
Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah. Anyways. I don't know, like Joe Rogan's podcast is
I thought
one
we
of,
weren't gonna name names. Just kidding. Keep going, babe. I'm sorry.
is one of my favorites to listen to. But he also has like famous people on because he's famous, and obviously I can't just, call up Elon Musk to come sit in my living room and smoke a joint with me. But
He doesn't smoke joints either, you
no,
guys.
I don't smoke. Go ahead and drop test me, Illinois Department of Corrections. Bring it.
Bring it.
My shit's not cloudy, bro. But like Joe Rogan's podcast is complete variety conversation based off of, the guests that he has. So I wouldn't really say, like, obviously you like your ghost stories and your true crime and all of that, which is a huge podcast thing.
Oh God.
It's just not my thing. It's not my thing as far as just shows in general. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind shows like that. I don't mind horror movies or like HBO's True Detective. I like that show. I know we started watching it and stopped because it actually was really boring the first few episodes.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
the episode or the ending of the season, last half of the season was so good. I don't know. Where were you going with that question?
I was just asking a question.
Oh, okay.
Like, did you have any specific topics that, like, categories?
Yeah, I actually, I don't know what I did with that sheet of paper that actually had, this is what I came up with today.
Okay.
I actually have an older sheet of, maybe it's over here.
Bye.
Yeah, it's behind you on the chair. So I do, like, my job is so boring sometimes that I will literally just sit there and stare at the wall and think of things to talk about on the podcast.
And I am so busy all the time that I don't even have time to think.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to be a little bit more prepared than I am.
I am actually fully prepared to do all of the legwork in this podcast.
Yeah. And he has, honestly, like, it was like me, like, podcast idea, but like literally didn't think that, because I listen to podcasts all the time, like that's all I listen to, so I had like mentioned it, but I didn't think that it was something that he was interested in at all, and he took it and he ran with it, and it got me really excited.
It's gonna be really cool a year from now to look back on this day.
Oh God, we're gonna be
and
like, we were so terrible.
Watch this video, yeah. Be like, look at how many shitty pauses there were between conversations.
Oh my God,
look at him, he's looking at notes. What a fucking tool. Interview people and only that.
You should interview.
You
people.
should proofread your sentences before you press the enter key.
He does that all the time.
You should interview people and only people that have big beards or wear blush. Oh, got it. No. What's your job? I am a prison guard, and she works in the makeup industry.
I work in the beauty industry.
Beauty, that's it.
I work retail in the beauty industry.
As a manager. She's a manager. So if you ever have a problem, just ask for the manager.
Please don't. Dear God, dear Lord, please don't.
And if you ever come to prison, you better hope to not find me.
He's mean.
Because I will ruin.
He's so mean.
I will reform you. We are live.
God, dear God.
Anyways.
Anyway.
So this list of bullshit here.
It's like topics.
I was so vague with most of these things that I wrote down.
You were like, it's all in my head.
Yeah, that there's no way I'm going to be able to form conversation out of one fucking word
like,
here.
Let me just see one.
No.
Just one.
That was pretty good.
Aging.
Yeah, she gets all kinds of free shit.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, God.
I was when you said aging, literally I thought of skincare, and so when we started, I was looking at the screen and I was like just the other day I was talking about how I put extra eye cream around my smile lines because I don't want like wrinkly smile lines, and I looked and I was like, "Oh my god, I have a smile line." And that's what made me think of that like right away. It was
It's not that pronounced though.
I'm 23 and I'm getting wrinkles. That's fine. We're all fine.
That's a free beauty tip, by the way. Put eye cream on your smile lines. I actually have a PayPal account set up, but I don't have the link for. Actually, I do. I have the link for it, but I don't have it posted anywhere because I don't have my shit together.
Really?
So, yeah. We'll make you pay for that beauty tip next time.
No.
Extremes of what? Oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah.
Are you scared of getting older?
I don't know.
I am so scared of getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Like
right, so
growing
moving on.
up, like literally like when I was like 10 or 11, like I thought I was going to like die young. Like that was like I was like I'm going to die young. It's fine. And then like I remember the first thought. What was your first thought of death?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I mean, no, like not like when is the first time in my life that I actually understood the concept of death?
I was in the shower.
That's not. I'm glad you remember your first time.
I do. I was bawling my eyes out. I think it was like I was just crying and like, oh god, it was so emotional. I don't even know what. You ever get shower thoughts, you guys? Like you take really long showers.
I like to take thoughts into the shower, but
but like I take super long showers.
I think. Did you understand what I just said?
No.
No. Okay. You take super long showers so you have time to think.
Yeah.
Go on.
That's.
I'm just gonna let that one go right over.
I just want to throw something at you. I don't know what's going on.
Biggest fears: death, getting smile lines.
You. Can I tell you his biggest fears?
Who? Me?
Yours.
Flying?
Flying. And he's scared
Sorry, I
of,
ruined that for you.
yeah.
It's not my biggest fear though.
You're scared of heights.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
mean,
scared of.
I have a fear of heights. And I don't know how to swim, so I guess you could say.
I was gonna say like big oceans.
I
Like
mean,
open waters.
I'm not afraid of open water. I mean, open water can kill anybody. Really.
What's your biggest fear?
I don't know.
I don't know what mine is.
That's something that I'd have to actually like contemplate in the shower.
Shower thoughts.
Yeah, shower.
We need to have a notepad now, like outside of the shower, and every time we have shower thoughts, just like write them down, and then like that can be like its own
shower thoughts. Yeah, its own segment.
its
Boom,
own segment.
Shower
Boom.
thoughts. And then, okay, you don't watch stand-up comedy that often.
No, but I
But-
watch it with you. I
Yeah.
used to watch it when I was younger, but I don't watch much TV and never had
Yeah.
YouTube.
Can I finish my point before
I'm
I forget it?
I'm sorry.
We've just been forgetting. Are we brother and sister? No, we're a couple. Well, couple brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we do it around
No.
here, guys.
No, God damn it! I forgot my thought.
We were talking about fear and then shower thoughts and
You're just taking it. Yeah. Hold on. Hold the proudest moment thing. I need to remember where I was just at.
oh god.
Nice. Damn it. I actually had it and now it's gone.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for coming back to me.
Oh, comedy. Comedy shows.
That's right. Talking about the segment of shower thoughts. So like there are certain comedy specials that, like, I don't know if you've ever seen one like this, but when they hit like a certain, what is that? When they when they hit a certain point of their show, like there'll be a little hashtag that'll pop up in the bottom
Yeah, I have
corner of
seen
the
that.
screen. We could do that.
Yeah.
We could edit that in.
Yeah, like hashtag shower
Yeah.
shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts. Yeah. Shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts.
High point, low point,
Yeah.
and just set that as like a tag, and then we could start that shit on Twitter,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, shower thoughts is already a thing, but I'm
Yeah.
sure it's already a thing.
We can put hashtag BB shower thoughts or something.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Or just tell them to tweet at us and use the hashtag.
Mm-hmm.
Bang.
Boom.
Now is a good time. Follow us on Twitter at Beards and Blush.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, fucking YouTube, like Bell Sub, Twitch.
Did you make an Insta?
No, I haven't made an Instagram yet. I made a Facebook page that I don't give a fuck about.
No.
What else did I make? Oh, it's all right here. Look at that. That's it. We would ideally like to stop it. Like I said, I've been recording intermittently tonight on Audacity to just have audio clips that I could put together and make for like a Spotify or Google Play or iTunes, stuff like that, and hopefully that'll give us another outlet to put our content out. But I think for right now, our goal is just to create kind of like a pilot season of like maybe 10 episodes. So it'll be a few weeks, maybe not even 10 episodes, because if we're only doing 2 a week, that's going to be like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe we'll do like 6 to 8 episodes, something like that, just to get the hang of it, and then we'll actually look towards really becoming like a professional standard and putting stuff out on Spotify and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for right now, it's just going to be live recordings on Twitch and YouTube, and we'll just go from there.
Rock on.
That's about all I got
Okay.
on that subject
On
right
that
there.
subject.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, it's glitching.
They're frozen.
They're frozen.
Fuck. It's buffering. Yeah.
They're like, your internet sucks.
Yeah. So basically right now it's just Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.
Yeah.
At Beards and Blush. It's all the same.
Yeah.
No funny characters. None of that bullshit.
Yeah.
But definitely it'll help us out even if you just go to the YouTube. And you don't have to watch on YouTube, but just go to YouTube and just hit the thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that'll bump us up in the queue.
Yeah.
As far as Twitch goes, just being here helps us on Twitch. So that's not a big deal. I listen to all my podcasts on Spotify, so that'd be awesome. Yeah. I would like to put them on Spotify later on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of
how to get it on there.
figuring out how to. I mean, I really have to practice editing or learn how to edit, period, much less practice it. But yeah, just how to go about getting content onto Spotify and how to edit it so that it actually sounds okay. You know, like the choppy pause and record thing that we were doing tonight. It's just not going to cut it. So I don't know what we're going to do there, or if we just want to let it run like it has tonight. I mean, we've been streaming for an hour and a half now, so that's kind of long. I know it's fun. It is fun. It's fun when you have people here and somebody else across from you to interact with. Like streaming video games for me was fun when I had people to play with, when I was playing a multiplayer game or something like that, and I had people like in my Discord channel that I was talking to, and it like, because basically people come into your stream and they sit there, and if you're playing by yourself and nobody else is in chat and you're not saying shit, they're gonna be like, all right, this sucks, I'm out. So people come in and out all the time. But if you have some sort of interaction, whether it's people in chat, somebody with you on stream, or just somebody else that you're playing a game with, it makes things so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to have her here. It's nice to have you guys here. Thank you, everybody who showed up so far tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what I was saying. Why we got on that? Oh yeah, listen to all your Spotify. Spoticasts. I don't know. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
I'll look into it. Maybe on the next one we'll just record it straight. And like I said, just kind of let everybody understand that we're both recording a podcast and live streaming at the same time.
Yep.
It's different, like Joe Rogan's podcast, he does the same thing. He live streams it, and then it's a static video on YouTube. And I'm sure it's on Spotify and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is he doesn't have live interaction with the chat. And that's kind of like a big thing for live streaming, is having the interaction. But it's just going to be awkward for people who do listen on Spotify if we take breaks in the conversation to talk to chat or to respond, or if we're laughing about something that's said in chat. It's going to be hard to do, but you'll deal with it.
Agreed.
If we're talking monetization purposes, I think Twitch is going to be our best bet.
Agreed.
Yeah, because, I mean, YouTube, it's hard. It's hard to make money on YouTube. Yeah. It's hard to make money on YouTube. I'm sure Spotify, it's pay per play kind of stuff, and that's hard. iTunes the same way. So, I mean, in order to get our stuff on there, it would help us. Like I said, it'll give us another outlet to get our content out to another group of people. But I don't know. I kind of want to get a couple of podcasts under the belt before I start worrying about audio editing and posting on Spotify and that stuff.
As fun as this is, it's bad. Like going like with like the like live chat and stuff right now, like I'm sure it's fine, but like if we were to go back and like try to edit this, I don't know how it's gonna be.
Are you talking about the videos or the audio?
The audio.
Yeah, it would be retarded to edit because, like I said, the first time that I paused the recording, I have no idea what the last thing we said was.
Yeah.
So like starting it up again, you'd be starting up a brand new conversation in the middle of nowhere with no segue, and people would be like, "Oh, that was out of left field." They were talking about his mom moving in, and now they're talking about The Notebook.
It's fine. We're all fine. Everything's fine.
But we'll figure it out. This is it's gone well for the first one, but it's definitely still a learn as you go.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to get these little sample groups of podcasts in before we start really trying to professionalize. I just made that word up. You like it?
I love it.
Professionalize. What else do we have on here? Oh, yeah. So, as of right now, what's our proudest moment? What's your proudest moment in your life? Well, actually, tell them. Tell them what happened today.
I can't say yet. I'm not supposed to say it. Now I have to because I'm leaving them hanging.
I can say it, right?
I'll just say it. I got a promotion today. So that's it. That's it.
She got a promotion. She was told that she's getting a new job.
Yeah.
With more monies.
So we're excited.
Yeah. Is that your proudest moment in
life?
I
don't know what my proudest moment in life is.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, I didn't feel proud when I graduated, like, high school. I didn't feel proud when I graduated hair school. Like, That's a tough one because I'm still young. I feel
You feel? I still feel young.
I still feel young besides my smile and wrinkles.
You're only 23. You'll be okay.
Thank you. How old am I?
23?
Oh, I thought you said younger than that.
No.
Oh. Yes.
My proudest moment was probably 2007. Scored 14 touchdowns. No.
Dear God, dear Lord. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God.
No, I never scored any touchdowns. I had the opportunity once.
Huh.
Yeah. I was underthrown.
Huh.
Yeah. It's okay. I was wide open too. I think about it every day. I don't know. Like depending on where this goes, I think looking back in the future, this could be one of the proudest moments. For sure. Like we've just kind of eclipsed the 1 year mark of our relationship.
Yes.
And it's refreshing to have something like this to go to kind of, like I said, refresh, keep things fresh for us, give us something else to do together. And like I said, this is built to promote healthy relationships and not only for you guys, but also for us. This will help us maintain.
And then another thing I want to add, like, we have, just my personal opinion, I feel like we have a very good relationship, but like we have to give ourselves, like, it's the first year. Like, I'm a firm believer that, and I've said this before, anybody can survive the first year of their relationship. Like, the first year is truly the easiest. So doing this together is going to give us challenges. It's going to be a challenge for us going into our second year. Like, we have a great relationship, you guys, but there is going to be obstacles. Like, it's the nature of the beast. Like, but hands down, I know we'll be able to get through anything. Just literally starting off like this past weekend, like,
yeah,
that was a huge step for us. Just financially.
With the dog.
Like, I'm going to be straight up with you guys. Matt took out a loan for my dog, and my dog doesn't like him.
I told her that. You know what the biggest challenge for me is right now?
What's that?
The way you say challenge.
How do I say it?
It was kind of triggering me. Challenge.
Yeah,
that's what you said.
How do I say it weird?
Say it.
Challenge.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm sorry.
There's an A in challenge.
Challenge.
There you go.
I don't like to challenge.
Challenge.
Challenge. It's weird to me.
He's been with his wife for almost 6 years. Yeah, they recently got married. Congratulations, by the way.
Oh, congrats. That's amazing.
That wasn't too long ago, I don't believe. It's October, which means pumpkin spice enemas.
I hate pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
I'm the worst white girl ever.
Yeah.
As I wear false lashes and eyeshadow and highlight and yeah.
Well, that is what it is.
Hashtag.
What else were we saying before that? Oh yeah, that's why I was really glad that she brought up doing the podcast together, because it's gonna give us something to do with each other. Like I said, it's important to have new things to keep the relationship fresh. And I'm sure, I asked her this question weeks ago when we were just started talking about the podcast, was what would happen in 3-5 years or something like that if the podcast is even semi-successful and you just you get tired of it, or you get bored of it, or you're I don't know, you just get tired of doing the grind of producing content. Like, it's fun now. This is the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just sitting here fucking around and
Yeah.
bantering and interacting with chat. But what happens when we're expected to produce and it just gets tiring? Could you still do it as a job if it were, like, maybe not a main source of income for us, but if it were like, I don't know, we've come to depend on it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going solo
I
Today.
was gonna say, like,
tomorrow.
I don't remember you asked me this question. This just shows how good of a memory I have, you guys.
I mean, it's not fair to say.
I don't know, because anytime we have talked about, like, doing this, like, front, like, if, you know, we get good or anything and, you know, things go for the better, like, I have always said, like, I'm keeping my job because I truly love my job. I love my growth, and, like, I'm gonna be Matt's sugar mama someday.
Yeah. Unless this is my podcast and I end up making more on this than you ever do.
No, I want to make more money than you.
Yeah, I don't, it's not a fair question to say,
It's not.
you know, what would happen in 3 to 5 years, given that this is the very first day of our podcast. It's not even fair to say, you know, anything about making money on this podcast, because right now it's just for fun, and it's
so much fun.
It's just about, you know, being something to look up to as far as relationships go, because, like she said, I agree that we have a very strong relationship, and that we can really be set up a Patreon. Yeah, I'm working on that. I haven't done that stuff yet.
Who's Little Nasty?
They just showed up.
I was like, who is this?
Yeah.
That's funny.
We'll get there though.
Yeah,
It's a process.
it is a process.
And if we're good at our job, then the viewership and all of that, and switch to watching on TV and the audio sounds good. Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for double checking that.
Yeah, just make sure that you follow us or friend us, and then you can keep up, and then we'll give you.
He followed.
Yay!
This is one of my IRL friends, by the way.
Little Nasty?
No. Who said the owl?
Oh, I was talking to Little Nasty.
Oh, yeah. He hasn't followed us yet.
Oh, wait.
Fucking-
Someone's getting a little
Anyways,
hostile.
yeah. YouTube, Twitter,
Yeah,
Twitch, Beards and Blush.
and we'll get
like,
there, I promise.
Thumbs up, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as long as, you know, we do what we intend to do on here and help people, then let me take your girl out to dinner or shopping and a girlfriend. No. No, thank you. She has enough bisexual friends. Yeah.
So funny.
So you guys will quickly realize that I don't give a fuck, and I am an asshole, and oh, that's another thing that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Is the people around us finally getting to know me?
Yeah.
This is me, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So one of just my family. So I'm very close with my family. My family's very outgoing. Like I know I'm the type of person. I've said this. I haven't said this yet. I'm the type of person, like, I could be standing at, like, a gas station line, like, paying for, like, a pack of gum or something, and I could.
You followed.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
Paying for back.
I could make conversation with the people I'm standing in line with. Like, that just kind of shows who I am. I can always talk to anybody and everybody, and that's just the way I was raised.
Yeah, she's a conversation whore.
So Matt, on the other hand, like, for me, it was very easy to talk to him because I do have that type of personality, but anyone else, I just, it's really hard to, like, watch people try to have conversations with you because I'm like cringing, like, so hard so
because of
it's so
because
cringy.
of how I react to them.
Because you don't react to them.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my god, it's so terrible. Like I promise you guys, hold on. If like we get enough follows and stuff, like I swear to God, I'm going to like try to record someone trying to have a conversation with you, and it is going to be so funny because it's so cringy, it's so bad.
You'll have to set somebody up.
Yeah,
like behind my back.
Oh yeah,
somewhere
for sure.
way down the line, you'll have to be like,
for sure.
Here's $20. Try and go talk to my boyfriend.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't
Oh,
be
God.
about it. Like, that's my worst fear is people trying to talk to me.
It honestly.
No, I don't fear people. I just don't care. I don't
He
care what you
doesn't
have to say.
care
I don't
at
care.
all. And that's okay. So originally when we were trying to brainstorm the podcast and everything, and the one thing that was hard for us was a name. So like initially like Matt came up with Beards and Blush, and I said no.
She shot it down.
I shut it down
immediately.
real quick.
I don't wear blush. That's exactly what she said to me.
And now I wear blush.
And now look at her.
I wear blush.
Every time she wears blush now, she's like, I'm wearing blush.
Anyway, so we were trying to brainstorm, and we were out having burgers or something like that. And Crusade Burger.
Sponsored by Crusade Burger.
They wish.
They wish. Yeah,
They
you're right.
wish. And I can't remember what my sentence was, but I'd said something about, I said, I'm a firm believer that opposites attract when it comes to our relationship.
And I think I was,
'Cause we're exact
just like
opposites.
face down eating, and I just went, that's it.
Realization. It was
That's the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
Opposites attract.
and then so I was like,
And she
brilliant.
was like,
it was a good moment until I got into the car, and there was actually a podcast a couple years ago that was called Opposites Attract. So it was already taken. Granted, we probably could have used it because the podcast had ended like
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
They had like 10 episodes or some shit like that.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot, but later on I was talking to a couple friends about it, and one of my friends like, I actually like Beards and Blush, and I was like, me too. I do like that now.
That was like one of my very first ideas
Yeah,
for the name of the podcast.
for sure was, because we were trying to find something that symbolizes you and something that symbolizes me.
Yeah. Something that we could brand
Yeah,
and market.
for sure.
And we see how far that's come. The best I've come up with is my profile picture on all of the social medias is
Stamp.
a wax seal stamp that says Beards and Blush. Whoa, what a marketing scheme.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I'm not worried about all of that right now.
Mm-mm.
But one thing that I wanted to mention to Kendall's friends and family, if they do ever watch this, is that when I say I don't give a fuck about what you have to say, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about people out in general. Like, it's not that I don't give a fuck about what you have to say. It's just that I'm just not interested in making conversation with strangers.
Yeah.
And like, it's not really about, when it comes to her family and friends, it's not about them being strangers or anything like that, because I've hung out with your parents enough and your sisters enough to, like for instance, when we were standing in line, your sister and I were standing in line at the fair.
Okay.
Some lady was walking her son down the sidewalk, and they cut through the line to pass us, and the lady was holding her son out in front, and she said, "Say excuse me." And when they passed, I turned to your sister, and I was just like, I think she just used her son to tell us to get the fuck out of the way. And that's me, like, I've finally found something that I can say to be funny. And if I'm not being funny, I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's something about that with me. Like, I just sit there and I'll just listen to everybody's conversation. And if I think of something interesting or funny to say, then I'll interject, and that'll be my piece, and I'll shut the fuck up again.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's not about me not caring what you say. It's just about my social anxiety and not really wanting to, I don't know, say something to make people be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But
Which is
it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, to me personally, like, I say stupid shit all the time, and I don't think anyone really holds it against me.
No, they don't, and nobody cares. That's
I mean,
it's in my own head.
Yeah.
I'm in my own head when it comes to talking to people that I'm not fully comfortable around. Like with my friends, and like I told you at one point or another, like just my personality is not socially acceptable. I don't know. I'm not filtered at all. So like I try to not talk that much because I know that I'm not filtered.
at like some point you might come off offensive, is what you're saying?
Exactly. I'm a very offensive person. Like at work is one of the places where I actually unload on people. And I actually got told this morning? Yeah, it was this morning. I got told this morning that by an inmate that this was not the profession for me. And I just turned to him and I was like, I know. But I mean, this is.
What'd you say to him to make him say that?
It has something to do with work. That it was just we were conducting.
Did you say something funny?
No, we were conducting a count, and he ran up to me and just started blabbing off before I was like ready. And I'm like, calm down, wait for me, like I do every single day when we come in here. And he goes, oh, man, you got an attitude. You wake up on the wrong side of the bed. And I was like, you know what? I actually did because Kendall wanted to sleep on my side last night.
Oh, it's true.
I didn't say that. I internalized it. But then we just got into this fucking pissing match about it. And I'm just like, look, dude, shut the fuck up. And that's, that's what I want to try to avoid.
When talking.
Because I am an asshole and I am offensive and I don't know. I have humility though. Like I don't want, as much as I say that I don't care what people think about me, I don't want to be that guy. So that's why I just don't talk. Plus, I'm a firm believer that you don't learn anything if you're always the one fucking talking.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very smart.
I listen to people. I observe everything.
Yeah.
I see everything. I hear everything.
So going back again to like the opposite attract subject.
Yeah.
So him being the way that he is, like being offensive and everything.
Thanks.
I am the exact opposite. I'm like a people pleaser. Especially being in the industry that I'm in, but even before, being in the beauty industry and retail and stuff, I've just always been like that. I always, put a smile on my face and I'm just always been nice to people. I don't think I've probably had like problems with like literally less than a handful of people in my entire life. Like I just don't like to cause issues, and if there is an issue, I'm gonna make it better. I'm gonna make it work. Because I just hate confrontation. I say word. Challenge confrontation. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah. So that's going back to the.
So yeah, I don't know. Like we were talking about, it's going to be interesting to see, and even my family is never my own family. I mean, my mom and my sister and maybe my current stepdad.
Wow.
They know me quite a bit more than most other people do. They don't know me as well as Kendall does or as well as my friends do.
Yeah.
They may think they do, but they don't. They just
Yeah. I agree.
don't. But like even a little bit further extended family or my extended family, they have absolutely no concept of who I am as a person, and it's by design
Yeah.
because of what we just said. I treat my own extended family just like somebody else's family, my girlfriend's family. To me, I mean, it's not that I hold my own family to a lesser standard or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. I have a fear of being harshly judged, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I hate to admit it, I guess I do. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it's fine.
So it's definitely going to be interesting to see as the podcasts go on here, what people think of finding out who I really am.
It's going to be great. I can't wait.
Yeah.
My family asks me all the time. They're like, he doesn't talk.
Yeah, tonight's podcast has been more than I think anybody in your family
Mm-hmm.
and anybody in my family have ever heard me talk
Mm-hmm.
combined.
Yeah.
Is that your biggest fear in life? I mean, I guess you could say that it would be, considering like it's what I've built my life around.
Yeah. Like it's
But
who you
I
are.
don't fear it consciously. It's
Mhm.
just a matter of I don't know. It's just the personality archetype that I've adopted.
Mm-hmm.
Is just sit and listen, and if I think of something that I would want to hear me say, then I'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think one of the biggest factors is I sit here and listen to just fucking idiots just blabber about bullshit, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person that's in the way, the person that's driving, 5 miles per hour under the speed limit in the left lane. Like all of that shit irritates me, and I never want to be that person, whether it's in conversation or in life. I don't want to be that in the way fucking retard with the hard R.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's going to be
I didn't mean
offensive to
it.
some people.
Yeah, I am offensive. I apologize.
Wow.
My personal takes do not reflect the takes of Beard and Blush. I am going to fire myself for using the R word.
Yeah, you really need to chill out.
Yeah. It's dumb.
It's dumb.
Stupid.
It's stupid. Like my dog.
Dog. I haven't heard the dog or the cat
I know.
in a little while.
I know.
I think they gave up.
I think they did too.
That's good. I
Yeah.
think my mom gave up too. I don't know where she went.
Where is she?
I don't know. She's obviously not watching the podcast.
What if she is?
She's not.
Okay.
She might be. Actually on YouTube. I think that it said there were actually viewers on YouTube. So let's see what Restream says here.
Oh, my ugly yawn.
Oh, Restream is not updating. It says 0 and 1. Thanks, Restream. It says 3 on YouTube and 4 on Twitch. So thank you for you people still here hanging out.
Yeah,
I think we're coming to the end here.
I agree.
It's been exactly 2 hours now. And I think we spent about 15 minutes bullshitting around with
Oh, for sure.
settings and all that stuff. The delay is yet less on YouTube. That's cool.
Oh, wow. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm on Twitch for chat.
Oh.
Okay. So things are definitely a little fucked up for you.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, guys. Well,
Oh, we're done?
you said we were wrapping up.
Yeah, but like I procrastinate the ending of the stream too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it. We like I said, we like to push for the streams to be Mondays and Fridays, the beginning of the week and the end of the week. And if we do build any sort of a real following of people that don't know us, because what's the point of a Q&A with people that you already know? I mean, tonight's been nice. You've provided some decent topics of conversation, but I think we got lucky with the live stream being on Monday, which is the exact day that we wanted to put out content. which is good. But I wouldn't expect us to be streaming right on Mondays and Fridays, just because of your work schedule.
Yeah.
My work schedule can accommodate, but yours, I mean, there might be times where you're just working.
We will at least try to post what time we are doing everything, at least on Twitter. So make sure you go follow, the Beards and Blush specifically on Twitter, and my schedule comes out I think 3 weeks in advance. So just watch out for that. We'll leave dates and stuff.
Just don't stream during sex time. Okay.
No promises.
My free cams. Actually, I don't think they allow that. Anyways.
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
What times? It'll probably be around this time.
Yeah, it'll be later.
Late afternoon, early evening, something like that. I know that we are late tonight just because she had to put her face on and
we had to get the setup.
I had to flip my desk for a little bit. So we were a little bit late starting. But you could probably expect us late afternoon and stuff like that. But like I said, the Monday, the beginning of the week could be Sunday or Tuesday. End of the week could be Thursday or Saturday. We just don't know.
So like I said, I'll get better on telling him my schedules, because I only give him my schedule like a day in advance normally. So we'll get on a better communication, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll start writing my schedules down for him, and he'll start planning out times, and he'll post them on Twitter for us. And you guys just keep up with it. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. If you don't have Twitter, create a Twitter just to follow us.
Please.
It's worth it.
I had 2 of my friends tonight. I told them, go to my Twitter to go, check out what I just retweeted to watch the stream. And 2 of my friends had said, I don't have Twitter. And I thought that was really weird.
They don't have Twitter?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And I know they did in the past.
It's not weird for people to not have Twitter because, Twitter is kind of a niche thing. Yeah. It's become bigger over the last few years, but I have a Twitter. I just hardly ever used it until I started streaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, for sure. And like I said, if you hit the bell on YouTube or you can turn on notifications on Twitch, you'll get notifications when we do go live on there too. Twitter's #1. There you go.
Cool. Make sure you go follow us on Twitter, please.
Yeah, follow us at Beards and Blush on Twitter. And I'll definitely try to post at least a week in advance. So I'll keep updating the schedule on Twitter so that we know exactly what days we're gonna stream. And as for the times, it's just kind of, I don't know. Would you want to make a time?
No, I'm not gonna have a time.
Just on days that we can stream. Like, what time do you want to start at? Just the same time, 7 o'clock. You want to do 7?
Sure, we can try.
Let's try 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
7 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
It is currently 9:51 here, so do the math yourself.
Yeah, because I'm not doing it for you. Also, we apparently struggled with topics and stuff, so whatever questions that you guys can think of, whatever topics you want us to go over, please just, DM us.
No, you just tweet at us.
You can tweet at us, whatever.
Just at me. You can add us on Twitter for things that you think would be good conversational topics or whatever you want to hear us talk about. And like I said, in between podcasts on like Wednesdays or something like that, I'm going to have, they could be solo. They could be both of us just having like Q&A, chat interaction sessions and not actually recording a podcast, which it turns out this has kind of been the same shit. Because we've been just sitting here talking to chat for the most part. Yeah. But we have been talking a lot amongst ourselves.
Well, even just topics that we could even go over. Like, I had mentioned, you had mentioned that I like paranormal stuff. So, what's my favorite paranormal story or whoever. Like, whatever you guys want. We'll try to do some research in advance so we have better conversation next time.
Better?
I'm just
I thought
kidding.
We did pretty good.
We did really good. I'm just giving you crap. But, yeah. we'll let you know next time.
Yep. Next episode.
Yeah, make sure you
Possibly
come
Friday.
back. Possibly Friday. I don't know what I work on.
Yeah,
Friday.
you don't know what you work. I mean, you do, but you haven't shared it with me yet.
No, I don't know what I work.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll sure
We'll
figure
post
it out.
on Twitter before the end of the night when the next stream will officially be.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see you guys then.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for interacting. YouTube, Twitter, likes, bells, subs, follows.
Hello.
All right. See you later, guys.
Bye.